Hey people, I think it's about time I tell you about my Avatar stories. But before I present this, I just want to tell you this. Some of you may not agree with my ideas, and some of you will. So just be sure to keep the comments nice. I'm just trying to do a huge favor for this pandemic, keep people entertained, and 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 I don't and I want you guys to consider this either to be canon or not canon. Make your own choice if you like these stories or hate them. Just a question, and plus give me ideas is on the comments. And here is my things. All right, I made 7 books for each of The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. Book 1 is Endangered Species. That one is about how, how the sky bisons apparently, were discovered not to be extinct. And I even added, apparently the dragons haven't really gone extinct either. But at a terrible cost of their near extinction, they've grown a hatred on humans and have an uncontrollable desire to eat humans. But don't worry, I'm gonna keep this like kid show stuff. Huff. And it explains about why we haven't seen dragons in Legend of Korra. Now, Book 2, Zuko, Mei, and Druck. And guys, if you agree Zuko and Mei should get together, this one is gonna be her decision. And it even explains how Zuko met Druck. And apparently my story shows Druck actually, as a child, yes, I agree, he was the child of Ron and Shaw. And he helps the people, Zuko and Mei, fall in love again. And Zuko needs to keep Zuko safe for the right time, till the right time is right, to reveal him to the Fire Nation after the dragon attack. And Book 3 is a complicated one, because as you see, it's what you would... I decided the second Avatar, it's not really like a Robber Vaatu thing. It's more like something created back in Wan's time. Like, people thought that every human should bend the 4 elements, so some mad guy, like, back when lion turtles were being hunted, this was during Wan's time, they, did an experiment on a deformed human who had a multi-personality disorder. And they gave him the 4 elements and energy bending, and due to the imbalance in the spiritual energy he was given, he was turned into an ancient evil entity and an arch nemesis of the Avatar. And every thousands of years, the Avatar has had to keep him contained in the spirit world till Aang's time happened. And apparently, I'm gonna add this, so apparently the second Avatar has the ability to possess anyone, but it can only possess a male or a female if during the Avatar's gender time. And right now, since Aang's a boy, apparently, I don't think you guys will agree with this, or maybe you would. The second Avatar possesses Sokka. And this story shows about how you can't fight your best friend, knowing that he's still in the possession somewhere. In Book 4, The Monster, after the aftermath of the second Avatar, apparently it shows Sokka survived at a terrible cost because of all the spirit energy he consumed, and I just made the theory of a human absorbing so much energy from spirits causes him to turn into a man-eating monster, but with mood swings, like they have human mind, then savage mind, and then turn back when the sun goes down and the night rises, and they can only turn back when they're fully calmed down. But don't worry, Sokka turns back and is cured. In Book 5, I've figured that we need a bit more info on Avatar 1's full story, and I think he should have energy bending too. And my story is when Aang decides he wants to learn more about the Avatar heritage, and he goes way back and meets Rava, which all Avatars do. Roku explained this to him. And an Azula invasion, yes, I figure we need to see Azula again. Apparently, she believes her destiny is to turn Zuko into a tyrant. So she gets people from all over the world, like, trains them in many arts that she's discovered. She's also one of the reasons why Katara figured bloodbending should be illegal. And she's also one of the reasons how many lightning benders are now in Legend of Korra. But she is eventually defeated and have a sort of change of heart. Like, Kuvira. But she changed fully. In New World Order, Book 7, I've decided that we need to see how the United Republic was created and how things came to Avatar Korra's time. But remember, people, I'm not going to add the deaths of old characters, because I don't think we should want to see that. Like, Boomy dying, Paku, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing I need to show you. It's just, and we even need to know how Avatar Aang is about to pass away, and he asked the White Lotus to help him. And Book 7 also explains history of how the Red Lotus was born. And now to the next. Legend of Korra, my future version. Book 1 is the Ravengers. I figured there should be this. You see, I've made up that the Red Lotus, in order to destroy the Avatar, they've created they discovered a prophecy of which 5 children would born with unique bending powers, so powerful that they're basically like the Avatar split into 5 people. But they tried to change this prophecy by turning them into assassins to eradicate the Avatar for good. And apparently the airbending one, since he was born in a very spiritual place and had the blood of an airbender, he was born with airbending before harmonic convergence. And the Red Lotus kept training them, but the kids managed to escape. They became brothers in arms and just kept living alone. And I'm trying to figure out the perfect names for them, but maybe you guys can help me out. And in Fusion, hang on. In Ravengers, the Ravengers become allies with Korra. In Fusion, when apparently Korra's revealed that she has the powers of Unalvattu, because I believe Raava and Vaatu are equally powerful, but it's just when darkness grows, light fades, and so that I think their physical forms just grow weaker and less durable. That's what I think. And apparently when a dark spirit attacked Korra when she was like a Korava, a giant. A dark spirit just put darkness in her, and it caused Vaatu's rebirth to accelerate, causing her to become a completely balanced avatar. And she had no control over herself because her body was split into 3 personalities. She became like some god wrecking havoc of destruction and creation, and it was up to her friends, loved ones, and family to remove Vaatu out of her. But at the end, Vaatu was split, Korra and Raava were still connected, but Vaatu escaped. In Book 3, Return of the Second Dark Avatar, apparently, like the Avatar, the second Avatar is resurrected every time he dies. But in order to do that, and when he possesses somebody, I still haven't figured out which non-bender he should possess, and that's part of the curse of his. He can only possess a non-bending human. And he meets Vaatu, and apparently, I'm gonna add this. I figured we need to know what the Dark Avatar would be like if he was a non-bender, and I figured that the most likely person to have it should be Varrick, because he's from the Southern Water Tribe, because this is feeling like balance to me. So once he possesses Varrick, but how he does it is he creates an artificial harmonic convergence. That the second Avatar, his name's Yang, he uses waterbenders to bend the spirit energy in the portals and put them together, all 3. Ian possessed them. Well, that's how Una Varric. You see what I did here? Yeah, well, apparently, since the Dark Spirit was in him, it corrupted Varric, and it twisted his mind, and the only way for him to turn back to good was for Rava to remove Vaatu out of Varric. And apparently, at the end, the Dark Avatar betrayed the second Avatar, stole his bending abilities, and he got energy bending in the 4 elements, and it was up to Korra to stop him. And they were so equally matched that it looked like it was about to be a battle for eternity. But Korra's friends and allies and loved ones, they were something the Dark Avatar never had. And apparently, yeah, I'm gonna say this, they knew they couldn't kill Vaatu, so there was one thing to do. Korra created a prison for him besides the Tree of Time. She put him somewhere in the spirit world and buried him somewhere underneath. He could never escape again. And he was forever trapped, lost somewhere underground in the unlimited spirit world. Okay. In Return of the Dragons, apparently some criminals discovered who are trying to mine. They discovered the island of the dragons. Apparently, the island got destroyed because of them, and all the dragons fled. And many attacks started happening, and that's when Katara, Toph, and Zuko reunited to like help out with all this because they knew the dragons had a little good in them. And at the end, apparently the dragons became part of the Fire Nation again, and Druk, like Zuko, became the king of not king. How about the Alpha Dragon? Let's say that, yeah. In Book 6 Monsters, Takuga, yes, I wanted to return. He discovered Sokka's diary about how he was a monster. Well, Takuga was gaining forces. He got the Equalist, Red Lotus, Remains of Earth Empire, many criminals to join his side, because they all wanted revenge on Korra, and they figured that the only way they could... And they also believed a new world order needed to begin, a world in which the dominant species was a creature that was not quite human, not quite spirit. And that's when they started turning people into monsters using spirit energy they extract from spirits themselves. I mean, many friends were turned into monsters. Mako, Bolin, Kai, Milo, many. But they were all cured because apparently the antidote to reverse it is energy bending. And apparently they... I'm sorry. Oh, did I forget Book 4? I'm sorry. I'll go back to it. I'm terribly sorry, people. I'm just so confused. I'm losing my breath. Well, at the end, apparently everybody was turned back, but Takuga was still out there, and what made matters worse was the Red Lotus became much more powerful. Okay, let me get to Book 4. In Book 4, Releakage, this goes back to the Equalists. When the Equalists knew that they had the Equalists got a new leader who believed that the only way for equality was to eradicate non-benders, and that was insane. I mean, I wonder how, and it was strange because of how the Equalists who believed bending was the source of evil could just turn it. Well, that's the specialized thing. Apparently, he's a great manipulator and with brainwashing. You know what I'm saying? Well, their decision to live with the spirits also was they were going to try to destroy the spirit portals so spirits and humans would forever live apart. But after they realized that the spirit portals are actually invincible, they decided there should be a true bridge between the worlds. Only one spirit portal should be open, while the other two closed. But luckily, Korra managed to defeat it, but the reason why she wasn't there to stop it was because she had a dream that Aang told her that when Rava was destroyed, the past avatars never died. It's just the connection to the memories, and them were all just destroyed. And the avatars were still in the spirit world, and Korra needed to find them and create a way where the present avatar can visit the past avatars. And at the end, apparently the equals were defeated, and at the end, a surprise, Aang's spirit came to visit his family one last time. I'm been told and gave them apologies and congrats and stuff. Alright, now for Next Generation. Next Generation explains, how the Earth Kingdom became like a nation of, separate states. And I agree with the Legend of Genji calling it the Earth Federation. I agree with that. And I also want to explain how the Red Lotus members are being hunted down thanks to the Ravengers, how the spirits are now slightly getting used to humans, and how more spirit wilds are being born, and how that stuff is happening. And I if you guys do agree with this, I mean, it's just something I've been thinking of. Maybe Mako, Korra, and Asami should be in a threesome relationship. Well, you don't have to agree with this. I mean, this is just my thought. I mean, I know maybe it's the decision that they shouldn't get married, but just be together. Or not married, but together. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what I feel. How do you guys think of that? Anyway, that's it for today. But but before I go, give me ideas and give me your comments below. And if you guys do hate this, just don't comment that. But if you guys do like it, please give me some comments, please. And I'm just trying to help people out with entertainment. And everybody, writers out there, if you are watching this, I am not trying to steal your ideas. I'm just trying to expand the universe in a fan fiction way. Wait, and don't worry, and I don't think this will become a TV show, I think this will just become books or something. But anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and peace, and I might get Ben 10 on next episode or something. Peace.